This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, moving on here, you and Triple H team up on Raw to beat the Acolytes, and the main event is Stephanie versus Lita, which ends with Lita winning the women's title after all types of interference. How big a deal is two women main eventing Raw in the build-up to SummerSlam, especially here in 2000?
Oh, it's a huge deal. I believe that's probably the first time that two women main evented on Raw.
That's right.
That's a huge deal for women. And back then the wrestling wasn't quite as good as it is now, but that was a huge deal. I mean, Stephanie and Lita going at it in the main event. Wow. That made a statement for women.
Yeah. And, again, it's huge, especially if you look back at it now and see you would eventually have Lita Trish Stratus that would main event Raw in 2004, which a lot of folks I'm sure remember that big time main event. But again, early days, women being involved here, main eventing a major show like Raw, pretty cool to see. We then head to SmackDown. This is the final SmackDown before SummerSlam. And we have Rock and Lita teaming up in the main event here. And the winner of a coin flip between yourself and Triple H will team with Stephanie. And you win the coin flip. You win. Stephanie gets knocked out on, there was some sort of reverse Mega Powers angle here with Triple H carrying her to the back for help. But then he comes back out and attacks everyone for the DQ. The show goes off the air with you walking away and Triple H taking the rock bottom. And this is the show I was talking about upcoming. You and I are going to sit down for ad-free shows, but this is the episode where, again, you drop to your knees, she's on the couch, and you lay it in. This is a big deal here. Was that all done pre-tape, I'm assuming, or how'd that work?
Oh no, we had to do it live because it was during the show. So it was
sweaty angles running back.
It was so nerve-wracking. And not only that, the director was Vince McMahon. And he was
I love it.
3 feet away in a chair. And
you can feel his hot breath as you're trying to go in for the smooch.
I'm kissing Vince McMahon's daughter right in front of him. Of course, I didn't want to slip her the tongue.
Hey, I would have gone for it. Well, that's a whole nother story, but go ahead.
Oh God, no, I didn't know what to do. I was so nervous about it because, Vince McMahon just standing there looking and he's like wide-eyed, like I want to see this. And I'm like, holy crap, this is so weird.
Yeah.
It was a great moment for me because it did so much for me, but it was really uncomfortable.
So at that point, is he the one that says cut to let you know that it's over? You can stop kissing her?
Yes.
Like, yeah. We're done TV. You guys can stop.
I stopped the lip lock, and then we stared at each other for a few moments before we went off.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yep.
Just a kiss, and we went off the air. We stopped and we reacted. Stephanie was surprised, and I was looking like I was in love.
Okay, so you have the hearts are flying out of your eyeballs at this moment, like the old cartoon. So go off the air. What happens after that? Is it just, okay, we're done, and you run out of the room? How does it? What is it? What is it?
What happens? Stephanie says, "Kurt, you kiss like a fish."
Oh man!
And I said, Stephanie, what the hell did you want me to do? Your dad's watching us.
Right. But she was wanting more. She was hoping for something a little better, Kurt. She wanted that gold medal kiss, okay?
Yes.
That's funny. And so Vince, I guess, approved, and it was good to go. It's television history.
Yes, it was. Oh, it's true.
It's damn true. Well, listen, right around this, so you do the lip lock. That's fun. It's a great TV moment. Like I said, we're going to watch that together. Well, we're about to jump into SummerSlam, but before we get there, Kurt, again, we've talked about how this is your early on in your wrestling career. Have you taken a moment at this point to let it sink in and breathe? Like, wow, what a whirlwind this first few months of wrestling has been for me. I'm getting ready to head into a main event match here at SummerSlam, which, by the way, is the #2 pay-per-view in all of WWF at this point. Has any of this started to sink in for you yet, as far as what's going on so quickly for you?
Well, everything happened so quickly, I couldn't really think about it.
Yeah.
Just had to keep going. I had to keep reacting. Everything that they had me do, I reacted and would do it. So at this particular time, I didn't really have much time to enjoy it because everything was happening so quickly.
Let my family save your family some cash. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need money out of your pocket, but we will save you money. It's not a matter if, it's a matter of how much. SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, we'll move on, Kurt, if you don't remember that one, and we'll talk about Raw, which I'm sure you do. It's from Providence. You cut what Dave Meltzer calls as the time your best promo on how you're Nancy Kerrigan and Triple H is Tanya Harding, and you kind of turned Triple H babyface. Was there ever talk of you and Stephanie staying together against a babyface Triple H? So what about that? You and Stephanie staying together? Was that ever considered?
I think it would have been an awesome idea. I don't know if anybody put that fire out or why it didn't occur, but I think it should have, and it could have. And I honestly believe that this storyline could have been one of the hottest storylines ever in the history of the business if we would continued on, especially if I would have paired with Stephanie. Because, you know, Stephanie and Triple H were the real deal. They had a real relationship. And, you know, to have that type of heat that I would have from it would be incredible.
So as you're working with Stephanie, and I'm sure you guys, camera goes off, working with each other, you and Triple H on this whole angle, what was it like kind of behind the scenes to work together through these soap opera type storylines? Were you having fun with it? Were you know, or was it just like, oh, this is painful, we got to get through this? What was that like?
A little bit of both. I'm not going to lie to you. There were the times I had to get intimate with Stephanie.
Yes.
Triple H, you know, it just was a little bit crazy, but I enjoyed it. You know, got a little uncomfortable at times, but for the most part, I really liked it. It was a lot of fun.
We at Ad Free Shows this month, you and I, we're going to do the bonus episode watch long of the SmackDown, where you give Stephanie the old lip lock, not the ankle lock, but one of your other major moves there. So we're going to do that as a watch along. I'm looking forward to that. But I get it, right? We talk about that it's entertainment, but still you're getting put in the kind of weird positions here, especially when Triple H isn't standing too far away, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You know, it does become uncomfortable because you know that they're having, you know, I don't even know if they were married at this particular time. Were they?
I don't think they were yet.
They were still dating. I think they got engaged a little bit after that, but they were a real item.
Yeah.
And when you get involved in that, it's a little nerve-wracking.
I'm sure. It's like, well, I'll just take direction from you, and whatever you say here, I'll just follow whatever you say, and we'll do that and call it a day. And I
just did what Vince McMahon told me.
That's right. And you can't go wrong there, Kurt. And you know Vince, he's going to want to push it all. Go for it. Dig in.
Of all people, Vince McMahon would, yes.
Well, speaking of Vince, he makes a special appearance and pulls you and Triple H into a limo, and you both have to get along for the main event, which is you, Triple H, and Shane taking on The Rock and the Dudleys. It's a big deal when Vince makes an appearance on television, is it not?
Yes, he wasn't making much appearances back then at that particular time. So if he was involved in your storyline, or if he did an appearance, it had to mean a heck of a lot, and that's why he did it. And it was you know, it was a privilege that Vince McMahon you know, got involved in this, because you know that you're doing the top storyline on TV. If Vince is involved, you're in the top storyline.
Absolutely. You have Stephanie involved. Now you get the Vince rub, and you're right. I mean, after that attitude, you know, the Stone Cold versus Vince and all that played out, he was starting to take a break from being a character on TV all the time. So absolutely, he jumps in. And so that's always adds a dramatic effect to an angle.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.